All right, let's get rich, people. We're focusing on ways to get the middle class to the upper class. And through the research I've done, it looks like there is 6 ways to get there. And to the crowd of people in the Philippines listening, I hope this can work for you too. Number 1, marry rich. I don't know a Rich or a Richard for that matter, but if you are a young lady or maybe a curious man, marry a gentleman named Rich. Somehow this will make you wealthy. At least that's how I read it. Number 2, win the lottery. A man once told me, while contemplating whether he should gamble his rent money away, he said, "Screw it, I can always make more money." Then quickly, as if he was doing it on purpose, he lost all his rent money. It turns out, though, it wasn't his rent money, but it was money for his insulin treatment. He currently has 1 foot. Oh, Tommy, you one-footed bastard, you'll never learn. Number 3, investing. Stock markets, 401ks, stocks, bonds, IRA, NRA, you get the idea. I would have to say this option is the best option for those of you who suck with money. Find a broker, throw some money at him or her, and hope to hell you get lucky and make enough to retire on. And this is obviously a good option if you're good with money. With that being said, let's not have any confusion as to who sucks with money. If you're good, you're good. If you're in debt, from school or otherwise, then you have different goals and, agendas that you're working on. But if you suck with money, it's going to be an issue for you until you marry rich, win the lottery, or work on this character flaw. So let's do a quick test to see if you suck. You go to work one day, and the owner says to all the employees, "Good news, everyone's getting a $1,000 bonus." Do you, A, say to yourself, "I work hard all year. I deserve to spend this money any way I want"? Or B, "I work hard all year. I deserve to spend 20% any way I want"? If you answered A, you suck. And now you have 2 options. Number 1, realize it's bad. Number 2, do something good. The best advice I've seen is try and budget $250 a month for 4 months, then use that money to start investing. What that's going to do is force you to create a budget and to throw out any non-essential spending. I actually went through my monthly spending a little bit ago. My cable bill is probably around $130 a month. I thought about it. I probably watch 6 to 8 hours of TV a month, so I'm obviously doing something wrong. So did I get rid of cable? Well, no. What if there's something I want to watch? And again, I work hard all year. I deserve to watch whatever I want. So, if you do suck with money, investing in stocks and bonds might be the way to go. There's a thing called the internet. Try it out, do some research, and figure out what works for you. And meanwhile, save that money. And in general, everyone should know a little bit about this stuff, regardless of how you are with money. It's going to help you down the line. Number 4, buy property. This is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll try and throw you a different perspective. In your more pricey areas, you're looking at paying about $1,800 a month just to rent a 2-bedroom apartment. If you take a look at condos, which are popping up everywhere, you can find a good one for under, say, $300K. That's a little over $10,000 down, though. But you're more than likely paying less on a mortgage than you are on a rental. And also, you own it. You're not just tossing money away renting. Investing is something that could be worth something closer to retirement. There's also flipping houses. If you're handy, you can try and find a fixer-upper, live there while you rehab the place, sell, and move on to a new place. Then repeat the process for about 10 to 15 years. Or just buy lottery tickets. It's way easier. Let me throw you another perspective. When it comes to buying property, and this is based on what someone said to me a couple of weeks ago, they were talking about how their mom and dad bought a house back in the 70s for $50,000, and talking about how lucky they were to have houses back then so cheap. Now, my thought was, what the hell are you talking about? Look at it this way. The national average for a house today is $278,000. $50,000 in the 70s is the equivalent to $330,000 in 2019. So there's nothing cheap about $50K in the 70s. Now, the argument you might have against this is the nearest home in the price range of $278K is about an hour from where you work and all the well-paying jobs. And your parents might have bought a house for $50K back in the day, and today it's worth $800,000 or even $1 million. Good point, but that area wasn't as developed as it is today. There's a good chance they had to travel an hour to get to their work, barefoot, walking uphill in the burning rain, as was the weather in those times. I mean, hell, there's an excellent chance when your family bought their house, there weren't any roads. They just drove through the woods without GPS, and on occasion got to work safely. This all lends itself to the millennial segment I did in episode 3, which you can check out And if you don't want to listen to that episode or any episode, and I completely understand, you can also check us out on the YouTube channel where we cut up the episodes into segments, so you can listen to it there. Number 5, go to college or a trade school. Man, I cannot wait to do an episode on education, so I'll keep this short. Get a degree that will land you a job that pays well. One of the most popular degrees for women to get is an elementary education degree to become a teacher. For men, one of the top 10 is general philosophy. For teachers, it costs, on average, about $30,000 for college. The average annual salary is about $38,000. For general psychology, it costs about $50,000 to get a degree. The average salary, $80,000. So you're probably thinking general psychology degree would be the best way to go because you have a better chance of paying off your debt and be on your way to saving money. No, this is not a good idea. What you got to understand is you probably went to a public school where they didn't teach you a single thing about money, yet the colleges have no problem letting you get an overpriced degree that the bank has no problem working with them to make sure you get that loan that will be damn near impossible to pay off, knowing full well you have no idea what you're signing up for because you were never taught anything about money in public school. I believe the legal term is called under duress. So, sue your school, sue your bank, sue everybody, and you'll be on the fast track to millions. Number 6, last one, start a business. Ask yourself, is there anything you're good at? Anything you think you're the best in? And if not, go back to gambling. But if you do have some sort of skill, figure out how to make some money off it. Try to grow it. Start an online business. It's cheap these days, depending on your skill set. You offer online training courses for whatever you're good at, or you can start a podcast, a YouTube channel, an online shirt business. A lot of people have hundreds or even thousands of friends through social platforms. Use them. Exploit their time and money for your personal gain. Remember, they're your friends. They trust you. And if they don't check out your podcast, call them out on your show, Jimmy, and shame them into listening. Listen, me saying start a business is a pretty broad statement. All I can really say is plan, grow some balls or boobs, and do it. In closing, to all this nonsense, when it comes to money, there really are only 2 right things you can do: save and invest. But there is an infinite number of ways to do the wrong things with money. But, it's been said before, if you are the problem, you are the solution.